DreAllDay.com.
What up, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. This week's motivation is called "You Will Do What You Have to Do." I'm gonna give you an example for this. Something I was reading by this author by the name of Napoleon Hill. He wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich. I actually read this example from his book called The Law of Success, which I think might actually be better than Think and Grow Rich. But anyway, in this book, he says that any human being, when properly motivated, when they have the proper desire to make something happen, whatever it may be for you or for anyone else, but this really is for you. The weekly motivations video is not for anybody else, it's for you personally. When a human being has a proper desire to do something, it will seem that they have superhuman abilities, because we all can make anything happen that we want to happen when we're properly motivated and we have the proper desires. An example is this. Let's say you tried to break down the door to your house right now. Whether you're inside or outside, you just tried to break down the door. It's locked, it's closed, and you need to try to break it down to either get in or to get out. And you probably couldn't do it if you just got up and tried to do it right now because you don't have a proper desire. But let's say your house was on fire and you're inside and the door's locked and you can't get out. And the only way you can get out is by breaking down that door. Do you think you would come up with the necessary power to break down that door? Probably you would. Now let's say your kids are inside or your dog's inside and you're outside and the door's locked. You can't get in by opening the door. You need to break the door down to save your child or to save your pet. Would you come up with the necessary strength to break that door down? You probably would. Why is that you would come up with the strength to break the door down when you're trying to save yourself or trying to save your child or save your dog or save anything? Why is that? Because all of a sudden it went from I'll try to break this door down, which means maybe I should do it, maybe I can, who knows, I don't know, you're wishy-washy about it, to I absolutely have to break this door down because I'll die, my kid will die, my dog will die, and you absolutely refuse to let that happen. When you absolutely refuse to let it happen, you absolutely have to do it. You must do it. Not you should do it, not you could do it, not you would do it, not you might, not maybe. You absolutely can get it done. So what does this have to do with anybody out there? Do you have to set your house on fire in order to achieve things? Absolutely not. But what you need to do is put yourself in a frame of mind somehow, some way, and I've addressed this in other videos, but we'll get to this in other videos in the future also, but this is what you can chew on, this is what you can use right now for your motivation. Anything that you're not achieving that you want to achieve, you have to somehow put it in a state where you have to achieve it, because everybody does what they have to do. How many of you ever heard of a person who was like, they're late on their rent and they got to come up with rent money or they're going to get kicked out of their apartment, or they got to come up with their car payment money or somebody's going to repossess their car, or they got to come up with money for XYZ, or they're going to suffer a consequence that they absolutely cannot afford to suffer. And all of a sudden, somehow, some way, this person been trying to get that last $500 for rent for the last 3 weeks, didn't do nothing, but in the last 24 hours, somehow, some way, they come up with $500, right, for that payment, for that rent, or it's something they got to put in their bank account before the withdrawal comes out. All of a sudden, they come up with it. What happened? What changed in that 24 hours that they couldn't change in the 3 weeks? It went from being, I need to do this, not even I need. It went from being, I should do this, I could do this, I would do this. That's something I should probably think about because I know it's coming up in 3 weeks, to, this absolutely has to happen right now or I'm going to suffer a consequence that I absolutely refuse to suffer, i.e. I might die, I might lose my car, I might get kicked out of my house and be homeless. People, all of a sudden, it becomes, I have to do it. I must do it. So what you can do this week for your motivation is trick your mind. I've always talked about this in basketball, especially when it comes to motivation to performing. And this isn't anything, whether I don't care if you're a school teacher, I don't care if you're a counselor at a school, if you're a basketball player, if you build computers, whatever it is you do, when you trick your mind into a frame of mind that you absolutely have to do something, that it must get done, you will find a way to get it done. By a hook or by a crook, whether you got to beg, borrow, deal, lie, cheat, steal, you will get something done when you put it in your mind. You trick your mind into thinking, I must do it. Not you say it, not you just read about it, not you not something that's artificial, but you absolutely get your mind in that state, that peak state, like Tony Robbins says, that you absolutely must get it done, you will find a way to do the things that you have to do. Now, you might BS on the things that you should do, you could do, you would do, and we all do it. And we all talk about things we should, could, would, maybe, might. When you must, you will find a way. So anything you're not getting done, figure out a way to put yourself in a must or I have to do situation. Think about if your house was on fire and you had to get out. What kind of strength and motivation could you come up with right now at this exact moment to break that door down? Transfer that same thought, that same energy, because remember, your mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination. So you can trick your mind into getting into whatever state you want to get it into. It just takes practice. Same thing with getting yourself mentally prepared for a performance. You trick your mind into getting into that state, apply it to whatever you want to apply it to, and you'll be astonished by the superhuman powers that you come up with to get done whatever it is you want to get done. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com. Thanks for checking out this video. Make sure you follow all my top content up here. Follow me on all your favorite social networks right over here. And make sure you are subscribed to catch all the new content I put on this channel every single day.